I was going to take it back, man. How does a Texas gunslinger like yourself end up in Georgia?
Yeah. Well, both my parents went to Florida State, so I wasn't like a Texas kid growing up. Like, wasn't like Longhorns or Aggies or any of that kind of stuff. So,
but your whole life you grew up in Texas.
I did.
Yeah.
But I loved like Florida State.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to Florida State. I ended up getting an offer from him, but the offensive coordinator at Florida State for a long time was Mark Richt. He then became the head coach at Georgia, so I started watching Georgia. And my sister went there the year before me, and really the couple years before I went to Georgia, they were like 2nd and 5th in the country. They were a really good program, and I frankly wanted to be doing what I'm doing right now, playing pro football as fast as I could. I went there, took a visit. It was like a pro-style offense.
Yeah.
Felt like I had a chance to play early, and I don't know. I wasn't like I wasn't like in love with the recruiting process, and it's so different back then than it is now anyways.
I can imagine what the shit is like now.
So I just was like, let me get into where I fit in and keep it moving. And I loved my time there. It was great. Got to play with Noshawn, a bunch of, talented players.
Hell yeah.
AJ Green, some of those guys. So I was never like in love with University of Texas football. So I know all my buddies wanted me to go there.
I was about to say, even the day and age you're coming out
Brandon,
is like.
Our intern right here, Brandon, is the biggest Texas Longhorn fan you'll ever see.
I'm sorry. Well, you know what didn't help is I went to Texas. I sat down with Greg Davis, who was the offensive coordinator.
First mistake.
Yeah, and he pulls up tape of the game the year before. It's Vince Young versus Oklahoma
That's what I'm
State.
saying. You're in like the heart of like prime Texas football.
Balling, but it was like, hey, this is four verts concept here. This is like they had some crazy comeback at the end of the game. And the second half, Vince went crazy, and he was like, we were running 4 verts, and he's like, this is beater box, and then we check it down. We say beater box back. That's like seam outside, go to the back, right?
Sounds like a Texas
right,
fucking
100%.
offense.
Right? He goes, well, when Vince is quarterback, we just say beater box and run. And I'm like, yeah, right. Well, I ain't fucking running, bro. Like, show me some major Applewhite tape. That's what I need. You know, like find me here. Yeah. And he just showed me Vince stuff, and I'm like, I'm not gonna hurdle the middle linebacker. And do this shit. So can you just like find me here? And it didn't fit.
It didn't click.
But yeah,
that's amazing.
That was my story
shit.
in Texas. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. That's not my skill set.
That's so good, man.
It was fun though.
So you go from Georgia. You're drafted in the first round, first pick.
Yeah.
At what point did you know you were going number 1?
It was like a couple nights before, maybe a night or two before.
Yeah.
Back when they kind of did that, and like figure out contracts and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I was in New York already, so it was doing the whole draft thing and
the whole rigmarole,
yeah, and they kind of called my agent, told him we're gonna do it, and I was like, all right, sweet, this is kind of nice walking into the green room, not
having any stress,
having any stress at all, knowing this will be a short sit, and it was, just kind of sat down, popped back up, and kept it moving. It was a whirlwind. It was crazy. I think back on that, and I'm like, man, what I didn't know, right? Like so much, but it was a blast.
Did you immediately jump on a jet to Detroit, or did you?
Yeah, the next morning. So I like went out.
That's not immediate. Did you have a little fun in the city?
Had some good times with the buddy. I had a bunch of college buddies there, and some of my family was there too, so we went and had a good time, kicked it. I had to pick my number. The next morning, the team president calls me early in the morning.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm like, and he's like, what number do you want? And I'm like, 7. That's what it was in college. Right. He's like, well, Dutch Clark, 1932 Detroit Lion.
Yeah.
Got his number retired. And I was like, oh, shit. And they were like, we can call his family and see if he would unretire it for you. I'm like, no, all good.
Yeah.
Rifling through the numbers. Like my dad's in the room, a buddy of mine's in the room, and I'm like, hey guys, what number should I be?
Nice.
And I'm like rifling through these, like, you don't want that one, or you don't want that one. I was like, all right, I'll just go with 9. Is 9 available? They're like, yeah, 9 works. I'm like, cool. Nice. And in my head, I'm like, great, I don't have to change my signature much. And like the 7 just goes to a 9. Like I'm good, right? This is easy. So after that, proceeded to hop on a jet and fly to Detroit. So
love it.
Before the 2 days before when they called you, were there any other teams that you thought, I might end up there? Like, or how's the process, I guess, before the draft?
It was, I took a couple of those 30 visits you were talking about. Yeah. I took one to Detroit. I took one to the Jets. Mm-hmm. And then I took one to San Fran.
Okay.
And so the Jets, when I left there, they were like, we're moving up to 5 to pick somebody. If you're not there, and they ended up taking Sanchez.
Oh, yeah.
At 5. They moved up to 5 to take him. And then the 49ers was a different deal. They had the 10th pick. They ended up taking Crabtree. But some like at the combine, there had been some like stuff going on in an interview, right? Where I sat down with Peter King afterwards, and he was like, "Hey, what's the craziest thing that happened at the combine in the meetings, right?"
Sure.
And that was kind of back when they would ask you stuff you can't say now or ask now.
Sure. Okay.
And so I'm like, well, San Fran's deal, it was Singletary was the head coach.
Yeah.
And it was like a shrink, like a you know, like a psychiatrist, sports psychologist, psychiatrist lady.
Yeah.
She's talking to me about all these different things, and it's like, tell me about your parents. I'm like, my parents got divorced, you know, when I was in high school, and okay, do you want to talk about it? I'm like, not really, like they're cool, like it's okay.
Yeah.
So Peter King's like, what's the strangest thing? I'm like, well, my 12 minutes with the Niners at that point was, you know, it was like, I wanted to know how much of the prorated hour I owed him after my 12 minutes. You know? And I said that, and he wrote that, and I was like, and so Mike got all pissed off and was like, he's not, you know, ready to be a quarterback in the league, and he got mad, so I had to fly out there and like, just kind of like shake hands and be like, listen, man, I didn't mean anything by it. Yeah. It's supposed to be a joke, but that was my
complete waste of my time.
Dude, I fly out to San Fran. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Atlanta at the time. I fly out to San Fran. I go there. I meet with Mike. This is awesome. He's getting a Bowflex put in his office. As I'm walking in, I'm like, hell yeah.
He's getting the Chuck Norris put in.
Yeah, I'm like, of course.
He got scammed by the commercial.
He's just like,
damn it.
Been there before.
That shit.
And I'm like, this is awesome. But like, it was honestly a great meeting with him, the whole deal. And so, you know, I'm meeting with them. They're like, hey,
that's so good.
We're like, you're not going to be there at 10. We're not going to get a chance to take you.
Had a Slim Flask milkshake next to him.
Doing Tybo.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Hey.
It was short-lived.
The league has changed quite a bit.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Oh, man. Good old Mike.
Yeah. All right. Well.
God damn, that was good. What do you think the biggest change in the league has been?
Besides
Bowflexes and coaches on?
Exactly.
Golly. I mean, it has changed a ton, right? Like, I feel like the X's and O's parts of it is so cyclical and like, you know, it was all, when I first got in the league, it was all Tampa 2. What were y'all's first years? Yours?
I was 11.
13.
Okay, yeah. So it was like all Tampa 2. Mm-hmm. It was
Chicago Bears,
Tampa 2. They're bringing the Mike and the nickel playing 3-week way, or they're bringing the free safety and Urlacher's cutting and picking 4-week and taking him to the house, right?
It was like the pressures were all these like zone dog.
100%. That's all it was, right? And then it went to like, okay, Seattle, we're playing 3 deep, 4 under. We got the like weak hook player carrying 3 vertical, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's, you know, a lot of what you guys are doing I think is great, you know, and whatever. So I think scheme wise it's you know, it's really been like cyclical. I think the way they can hit players now has changed so much. I mean, I used to get just absolutely dumped by dudes. Just
you've got some iconic, just like
getting crushed,
face mask going 100%. In all sorts of different directions.
Yeah, there's been some tough, some lean moments there.
Some good, man.
It's just them now.
Just some good memes nowadays.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
But
just a good
it's
meme.
not the same. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's not the same. I remember at one off season, I was in the NFC North for forever, and Julius Peppers, who was with Chicago at the time.
Like I would just talk to you and sound intimidating.
Jared Allen.
Julius Peppers.
North Carolina.
Are you out of like an action movie? What the fuck are you doing on this football field?
But Pep and Jared Allen were both free agents in Minnesota and Chicago. And I'm like, good, get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of seeing you guys. And they just fucking switched teams. I'm like, damn it. You know, like Julius is in you know, Green Bay and you know, Jared's in Chicago, and I'm like, God, I can't get rid of these guys. But no, it was different times back then.
Yeah.
I mean, really all aspects of the game, I feel like. But I mean, none of the guys were doing this, so this is a different part of it as well, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not like ultra dialed into the podcast thing. My wife does the morning after and Time Out. KB. She does a couple podcasts and she rocks it. I'm not super dialed in. Cooper and I did a little 9 and Dime, like for the team kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, just having the ability and the platform to kind of get out there and talk a little bit is cool. I know it's fun for everybody to get to know you guys too. So it's cool.
Yeah, we have fun doing it,
Hell
especially when we get guys like this, man.
I appreciate you.
We got to talk about something that Tom Brady said though. He's saying that college isn't developing these quarterbacks like they used to.
Mm-hmm.
How do you kind of see that as well? Like, do you see some of these young guys that come in that just are? It doesn't seem like they're as ingrained in the like maybe the X's and O's or their mechanics as much.
Well, yeah, and I think maybe kind of what he was thinking about too when he was talking about that is just the ability to move and do all that, you don't get time in a system, right? Like think about if you just changed offensive coordinators every single year, you'd be like, man, I don't know. I know a lot, but I don't know if I like mastered anything.
Got everything.
You know what I mean? And got everything out of that. And so, I mean, because for me, it's like hard to argue. I mean, what Jaden Daniels did this year as a rookie, I'm like,
all right,
pretty solid player, and I think
solid.
Really, like, all those guys that are coming out, like the rookies actually impress me, just the way that they can go out there and operate and play at a high level at a young age. But I do know what he means by that. Like, you're just kind of bouncing through college. That's a different feel. Like I went to a school, you guys went to a school, and you're like, feel good about that school, try to learn everything there is to learn about that system, and go from there. I think it's an individual case, like each player, but I am impressed by a lot of the guys that come out. And I'm a fan of, I want those guys to have success. Like, I don't want the guys to come into the league, and I'm not the old guy that's like, no, you can't take, don't have my job. Like, I want you to fail. I'm like, man, I want the game to continue to be great, and I want those young guys to play well. So I was impressed by them.
Awesome. Awesome.
I think also it goes back to what you were saying. It's just a different game.
100%.
When you come into the league nowadays, I just feel like, and this might be me being older thinking about this, but it feels like it's a younger game.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't, like, I don't see the Ray Lewises at linebacker where it's like intimidation.
Yeah, you got to be able to move.
You're under center and you're staring at Ray Lewis and you're like,
break the huddle.
Okay, here we go. I know you're coming.
Yeah, 100%. The game has changed.
Yeah.
They got to be able to cover and do more in the passing game. Don't get me wrong, Ray Lewis would probably still be good in today's NFL.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right.
Yeah, Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, but yeah, it's, as the game changes, so do the positions.
Yeah, there's not a million dudes doing what I do, like sitting in the pocket and throwing anymore. A lot of guys are moving around and making plays, and I'm jealous. I'm watching tape and they're like, I know they just see man coverage, and they're like, I'm just gonna run. And I'm like, that's an awful idea if I try to do that.
Everybody's back's
going to be second
turned.
to 11. It's not good for us if I do that. So, guys, get open.
Do you ever watch the combine, any of the college games?
I mean, I'll flip the combine on a little bit here and there. I watch some of the college games. I'm not like a huge college football guy. When it gets like to the playoffs and the really good games, sure, I'll flick it on, but I'm not like following a guy throughout the year. Now, I do watch those guys when they get into the league, like CJ Stroud. I thought he had an unbelievable rookie year. And I still think he had a tough year this year, but they had a ton of injuries around him and all that kind of stuff.
The offensive line struggled.
Yeah, and so they have, but I like watching the young guys play because it kind of like revitalizes me, invigorates me a little bit. Like, golly, these guys are out there just playing carefree, ripping it. Sometimes when you have a bunch of years of experience, you got some scars too, right? And you're like, I mean, these guys are just letting it rip into this coverage and and I'm like, I remember CJ threw a touchdown. I think it was a preseason game. He threw like a bang 8 into 3 buzz right over the safety's head, and I was like, I saw him that year we played him or something or practiced against him. I was like, what are you doing ripping the skinny right in the rotation for a touchdown? He's like, hey, man, they didn't play it right. And I'm like, shit. Just to be carefree enough to be like, you know what? Shoot it in there and score. I'm like, man, I'd have been going that way. Yeah. And, probably been 2nd, 6. We'd been happy with the 4-yard completion, but my man's trotting off the field with a touchdown.
That is real. I mean, I noticed that even just for me, like you get resistant to something sometimes just because you've been burned on it
100%.
And like, I don't really try. And then you'll watch somebody else do it, and all of a sudden it like works out. And you're like, man, am I wrong in this, or am I right? Like, what's going on here? I mean, it sounds like yours is pretty black and white, but
but like the further you go, no, I'm with you. The further you get in your career, you got to fight that sometimes, right? Where
For
you're like,
sure,
man, like I know how they should be playing that defense, and they're not playing it right. But like I went over here and this was open, even though I know it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? You're like the teams that are really ultra like undisciplined on defense don't want to give away any secrets, but those are but those are the tough ones to play sometimes,
For
right?
sure.
Because you're like, you may get a freebie and score or whatever, but a lot of times, man, you're passing something because the coverage and it's wide open because they blew it, and it's tough.
It's tough when Calvin Johnson's double covered because you're like, man, he's
where
double,
else do I throw?
Look, it is Calvin.
Yeah. No,
what do you see anything when you're watching like a young quarterback where like, oh man, he's got it, or like what would you see out of a trait in a guy that you like to see out of a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I think poise is a huge one, right? Like, because I think that helps, withstand time. I think quarterbacks, like, so much of it is like longevity. How often can you do it? How many years in a row can you just go out there and be that player?
Sure.
And there's going to be times where things around you or you are battling something or wherever, and it may not be as good, but like, what are you when times are good, when times are bad? Also in game, like, hey, it's fourth quarter, we need you. Like, what does that look like? I think that's something to me that, helps predict and project what guys are going to be like down the road, because that's what they're all looking for, right? They don't want like a guy to be really good for 1 year. They want him to be good for a long time, and that's something to me that, like, you look at what Jaden Daniels was able to do. I mean, those guys, they proved it both, I think, through like longevity of a season, but also in game, in big moments, being able to come up for the team is pretty cool.
I forget what there was, like 11 wins or something like that, like at the last.
Yeah,
drive.
I mean,
It was
there's
something crazy.
all sorts of them, right? I mean, had the massive Hail Mary that everybody remembers, but there were a bunch of other ones too that were great plays.
Yeah, I got to ask this before we get to this next segment.
Yeah,
you played with two of the best D tackles in this decade plus of football, and Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Who frightens you more as a quarterback?
Spent more. I probably played more. I don't know. It might be kind of close. I was going to say I played more games against Aaron Donald than I did Suh, but I played quite a few against Suh there kind of at the end. I would say having, experience with both ADs, it was a different deal.
I agree.
Because there was like, the get off was crazy. I mean, he just wrecked practices. Suh was that way too in a lot of instances and was a great player for us in Detroit, and then, bounced around and had some unbelievable seasons at other places too. But AD was that was something different. Just watching him go about his job every single day. I remember like the third practice I was there in training camp, we have no pads on, and we're running a quick game. I'm throwing a hitch to the field, and I smash my thumb on his helmet. And I'm like, yo, I just caught the ball. It's like catch, throw, bang. And I'm like, and next thing you know, everybody had the Guardian caps on. They're like, we're going to protect our thumb, but it was, but he was crazy in his ability. And I would say the respect that he got from offensive lines and other offenses was something I've never seen before.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, we treated him differently than any other defensive tackle that we ever played in. And Suh was, I think Suh was like almost, he like wanted to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Where AD wanted to kill somebody too, but it was like a different level of intensity.
I agree.
And AD, though, his like motor, it was every single snap, every single play. You could not take a play off, and he never took a play off. He was running. I don't know how he had that kind of conditioning.
It was
to this day.
Yeah. Well,
the combinedness of like his athleticism is like explosive in strength.
And he's a smart player, too.
Stopped.
Yeah, and he's a smart player. Like, I mean, he knew, like, you talk to him, like, I get in the, cafeteria and you sit there and you talk to him, and he's like, yeah, I knew if I wasn't doubled, if the center didn't come to me, it's run away. Yeah. Because the center comes to me every pass play. Yeah. And if a center comes to me, it's pass or it's run two. Yeah. Center goes away, like, you're not blocking me with two. Yeah. So he knew it was run away, and then he's shooting a backside gap. I mean, like, he was just, like, could make decisions and go like that quickly. For sure. It was impressive to be around him and watch him work. I mean, the way he worked out. We had I'll never forget. He was crazy in the weight room. Oh, I know. Like The Rock came in and worked out with him one time, and they're freaking
knife fighting.
Yeah, I mean, he's a maniac in the weight room, right? And I'll never forget. This was 21 or 22, maybe. Yeah. We had like a Make-A-Wish kid who had like a year before had been like, hey, my dream is to go like be with Aaron Donald for a day, kind of thing. And thankfully, this kid at that point had kind of beaten the odds and had beaten the cancer that he had, I believe, and like was really on the mend. And it was really cool. Like, he came in and you're like, oh man, this guy's like doing good, right? High school kid, like bigger kid, like loved to play football. And AD was like, cool, come work out with me, right? And I'm like, I'm walking by, I'm like, yo, what's about to go down? Yeah, right. And I look over and like I'm over there doing like banded something, and like 30 minutes in, and AD's just ripping curls out. And this next thing you know, this kid is puking in the trash can in the hallway. And I'm like, AD, can you please like have a little understanding? Like,
the kid got what he wanted.
You want to be AD?
You want to do
This guy's been on chemo for months, AD.
I'm like, God, can we just relax on the bicep curls for a little bit? It's like, how many do we do till we throw up? You know what I mean? It was just like unbelievable. I was like, this guy has the motor just never stops, man. So it was incredible.
I remember it was my first time playing in LA against the Rams, and it was a preseason game. And I'm number 3, closest to the line. We're running all go special. It's cover 2, or at least I see 2 high, and I'm thinking I'm just right up the hash. Yep. And I take off, and I'm like, man, I'm just gonna fucking dig for my first like 5 to 10 yards. And by the time I got to the 5 yards downfield, I felt something throw me to the numbers. And I got out of that play like fucking like little dazed. I'm like, what in the fuck was that? And I watched it on film, and it was AD coming from the backside B gap and just fucking
Looping.
smoked me.
Oh, I believe
Because
it.
there was a blitz from the other side. And I was just like, what the fuck? I had never felt like more of like the lightest thing. Like I had never moved that fast before ever in my life by anybody.
I remember I was in Detroit. We were playing a game against the Rams, and they were in St. Louis still at that point. Jim Bob was our coordinator, and I dropped back to pass late in the game. We need to play, and Aaron, I have two hands on the ball, right, like this, and Aaron just comes up from behind me and just rips both my biceps apart. The ball falls down the ground, and I'm like, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I come over to the sideline. I'm like, I'm pissed, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. He's like, you got to find a way to hold on to it. I'm like, go fuck yourself, man. Like, you think I'm going to be able to hold on to this? This
Thanks
monster
for the tip, Jim
he
Bob.
just went like this and like kindly separated my arms. He's like, I'll take the ball. I was just like, what do I do? Like, there's
is that what I was supposed to do? Hold on to it. Got it. Thanks for
That's how this works.
Dude, I was with Jim Bob. I'll never forget when he came up. We will probably cut this. Bro,
Gotta tell it though.
Tell it anyways.
so I'm sitting there. We had just hired Nick Sirianni
Yeah.
and Shane Steichen, and Jim Bob was on the staff. I had never met Jim Bob.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know about him in Detroit, really.
Yeah.
He comes up and he says, "Hey, Jason, my name's Jim Bob Cooter." And I
just like-
fucking laugh. Like audibly, like
100%.
like a giggle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's fucking real.
My bad on that one.
Awesome fucking dude, though. I love Jim Bob.
He's a great dude. All-time name. All-time name. All-time name.
It caught me just so off guard. Like I was like, "What the? Are we like in Varsity Blues right now?" Like,
100%. 100%. He's got like the name matches. I think his childhood home backed up to the Jack Daniels distillery, like as it should,
course it
right?
did,
With a name like Jim Bob
better.
Cooter, it better.
You kidding me?
Back up to Jack Daniels. So yeah, he's one of a kind.
Thank you to Intuit TurboTax for sponsoring today's episode.
If your schedule is as unpredictable as ours, trying to lock down an in-person appointment with your tax pro can get a bit tricky.
But now taxes are matching with a TurboTax Live expert on any device.
They do your taxes for you and get you your maximum refund, all while you go about your day listening to your favorite podcasts.
Nice. Who wouldn't love to kick back with a cup of coffee, feet propped up, while a tech-savvy tax expert makes sure you're getting every dollar out of those business trips, huh? I mean, that does sound pretty dreamy.
When you match with TurboTax Live Expert, they have cutting-edge tools for any tax situation.
It's 2025. It's time to file.
Now this is Taxes, brought to you by Intuit TurboTax. Thanks to our sponsor, Audible.
Hey! Let Audible expand your life by listening. That's right. Explore over 1 million audiobooks and exclusive Audible originals that'll inspire and motivate you all in one easy app.
Whether you're breaking free from old patterns or building better ones, Audible puts wisdom in your ears. Just open the app and dive in with thousands of titles covering every goal and interest. Your next listen is at your fingertips.
Like the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins or 10% Happier by
Ooh.
Dan Harris. I'll take 10%
I'll
happier.
take 10.
I'll take 1,000% happier. I'm going to one-up Dan Harris.
Yeah.
I'm going to tenfold
I'm going
up
to go
him.
10,000%
I'm going
happier
to
than you.
100 times him.
I'm going to 1,000,000% happier.
Yeah.
Get advice and insight from leading professionals and experts on health, relationships, career, finance, investing, so much more. There's so much opportunity to learn and more to imagine when you listen.
Start listening today when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/newheights.
All right, 92%ers, if you're listening to me right now, this is your sign to stock up on my favorite energy drink of all time. That's right. Accelerator. I'm telling you, this is the best tasting energy drink on the market with the best flavors, more than one, multiple, a bunch of them. And they're all zero sugar and uses 100% natural caffeine.
Nice.
Doesn't get any better than that. Every single flavor is a banger. And they just dropped a new item on Amazon. Jason, please tell them what I'm talking about.
That's right, Trav. 3 of your favorite flavors are now available in one variety variety pack. We're
Yes,
talking
sir.
Rocket Pop, Cherry Ice Pop, and Tropical Punch. That's actually a great trio right there. That's right. Cherry Ice Pop has always been one of my favorites. It's basically
baby.
Shirley Temple.
These flavors are 3 of my favorite. Obviously, Orange Ice Pop is up there as well. But
Orange Ice Pop. Yep.
Yeah. These 3, you can't go wrong
I'm not
with
even
these
going to
3.
lie. These are 3 very good flavors.
All right, now.
Accelerator is clinically proven to provide sustained energy, accelerate your metabolism, and even enhance your focus. The drink is the real deal, people.
Upgrade your energy and go get your Accelerator at Amazon. All right,
Well,
let's get into this last segment, brother.
We got to ask.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to ask. You can tell us to fuck off. You don't got to answer.
Okay.
But yeah, we always wrap it up with you. We got to ask, but you don't have to answer.
Oh, fuck.
We got to ask is brought to you by Mentos Gum. Do
Why are you
Because
trying
you keep doing the same note.
No, it's not.
You're doing the same note.
I'm doing a different note.
Do your note.
No. See?
Yeah, you were
It
different
sounded
that time.
terrible.
That time you were different.
Because I did the same note that time.
Go high. That was close. That was it. That was it. All right.
Yeah, no, this would be easy. This would be easy. Rapid fire, too. You don't even got to
Am I
think about
elaborating
it.
on these answers? Am I just one wording?
Yeah, you can
No,
listen.
whatever-
fuck off
whatever
is
feels
the
right.
quickest
Hit me with
answer
the
you
question.
can
Let's
give.
fucking go.
Yeah, that's right.
As of 2024, the only remaining active players in the NFL from 2009 draft class are you and Jets punter Thomas Morstead. Morstead.
Yes.
Steed. The EAD.
It's
could
a tough
be-
one. It's a
you
tough
can go,
one. It's a tough
it can
one.
go both
Reed,
ways. Red.
Yeah.
It's just- you know what I'm saying?
My first grade daughter Hunter is doing those words right now. She was reading this morning. C, read. 100%.
That's what I'm saying,
It's a
dude.
real deal, bro.
I don't know who created this fucking language.
Yeah.
Do you plan to do whatever it takes to outlast
100%. I mean,
Morstead?
I've been waiting for him to just wither away at some point, but he just keeps going.
He's a machine.
We actually played the Jets this year. It's funny you say this. We played the Jets this year. I was unaware that Thomas was an 2009 draft pick. And
Did he fucking challenge you?
post game, he fucking came up to me. He was like, "Yo, can I get a picture?" We're like the only 2 guys still doing it. So, yeah, it was nice to get a picture
That's awesome.
with my guy.
It'll be the last one.
Yeah, right. Don't ever ask me for a picture again.
I love it.
But no, I mean he's got a gig that promotes longevity, so
For
we'll
sure.
see. I don't know if I can keep going, but he probably can.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can keep going forever.
I don't like my odds.
Do you have a favorite throw?
One is tough to come up with. I mean, like throwing a fade to Cooper to win the Super Bowl was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
The play
that'll-
earlier in that drive to throw the in-breaker I had where I kind of
Hell yeah.
looked him off was
Yeah,
another
iconic.
good one. Those are the 2 that come to mind, and then weirdly enough, the 3 that hit me first were all to him. But the one in Tampa in the divisional round when they brought the zero pressure on the 2-minute drive, and he's running like a vertical push to clear out for a dagger.
Yeah.
And I like caught it backside safety whenever I was like, oh my god, this is zero, and just
Boom.
launched that one fade away. Those 3 are pretty good ones because they were like high leverage moments, right?
Sure.
Like there's some cool ones that you're getting blown out or you're winning big, but those were high leverage moments, and was able to make it happen.
All right
We
now.
do have a submission from Andrew Whitworth. Recently told a story.
Big win. Oh, great.
He said one time you threw a bomb to Van Jefferson against Arizona. I don't know if you remember this play.
Okay, it's got to
Where
be
you
21.
said fucking dime
Yeah.
as you threw it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is that
was a
real?
good one. That was a good one. Yeah. That too was a good one.
You like called like nothing but net.
yeah.
Kobe.
It was a good one. Yeah, it came out of the hand good, and
You
I
just
was like,
knew it.
oh, this is going to be sweet. And I'll never forget, J.J. Watt was on the sideline, wasn't playing that game, he was hurt, and I like threw it and kind of like spun around and like, for some reason, I'm kind of cruising down their sideline, and I like lock eyes, like see him, and I'm like, "Oh, got him!" And I was like, "Also, thank God you're not playing."
Yeah.
Would not have been able to get that one off, but
It would have been way harder with you in front
yes,
of me.
but it, that was a good one. Van, when he got that one, that was kind of like a cool, like play action half boot that we had put in maybe that week or week before, and hit it. It was sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a cool one.
Who put in the fake spike?
In Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh my, that was not put in, coach.
That wasn't?
No.
That was just you just like, yeah, fight,
Yes.
psych.
Well, I was like, so we throw a seam ball to Calvin in that the play before, and I thought he got in. Everybody thought he got in. Riley Reef was our left tackle at the moment, and he's celebrating like WWE style on the 50, like, oh, and his back is to me. I'm screaming high pitched like a girl, like, get over here, Riley. Yeah. And so everybody's kind of waiting for Riley to get back from his celebration. And so I'm standing at the line of scrimmage, and I've got time to kind of like look.
Yeah.
There's like 12 seconds left on the clock, and the D-line's just like chilling in the stands.
Yep.
Sean Lee was kind of just chilling at Mike linebacker, which is very unlike him because he was
very much.
What a stud.
He was a monster.
Oh
dude.
my God, he was a good player.
I hated
Super
blocking
smart.
him.
Me too. Yeah, he was tough. But so I had time to kind of see it happening, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. Like, I'm not gonna let him call another play.
Yeah.
We had, just a spike or a kill it, whatever you want to call it. We had that called, and then I just decided to go for it myself, and thank God it worked out.
All right now.
That would have been a tough one. Yeah, an all-time fail had it not worked.
Well, it did.
Yes.
Was your return to Detroit the wildest atmosphere you've ever played in?
Yeah, I would say so. I think both times really. Like the playoff game was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That was wild because we ran out for pregame warmups and the place was just packed and just booing the shit out of me, and which is whatever. But yeah, it was that was a loud game. And then we came back, for the opener the next year, and it was crazy loud again. They support when they're rolling. They support, man.
Come on now.
It's wild.
They're not fucking around.
No,
up there. Especially Dome City too. Oh man.
Yes, they're
that shit
rocking
gets
and rolling.
rowdy.
Yeah, both of those were night games, so had ample time to
Liquor up.
Yeah, right. Get ready to rock and roll. So they were.
We're going to remove any type of barrier we have to congenialness.
What the fuck did you just
All right,
say?
I'm going to stop
I know
talking.
what you meant.
All right.
I knew where you were going. To being nice.
Yes, there we go. What do we got? You're a father of 4 girls.
Yes.
As I am about to be.
Yes.
You got any advice?
Buckle up. No, it's a blast, man. We saw each other not too long ago and we was talking about it. It's a blast, man. My 7-year-olds will soon be 8. 6 and a 4, so we're like rocking and rolling. We're in leotards all the time, doing gymnastics around the house.
Hell
it's
yeah.
crazy. So I don't know, man. I at this point I'm like, I don't even know what I would do with a boy. Like I can't even wrap my head around it. So I'm just like, I'm all in on the girls.
Throw them that pigskin.
Yeah,
Let them sling it, man.
I can figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't really
You can definitely
know.
figure it out, but changing a diaper with a nutsack there just feels like it would be weird.
Agreed.
Like wiping shit up a nutsack. Like I don't want to be a part of that.
I'm with you. 100%.
Just gotta shine those nuts, man. Just gotta shine those things, man. Where are we at?
Baby nutsacks, I think, is where we left off.
I think that's where we stopped.
We're on baby nutsacks.
Well, back on the nutsacks.
I don't know where that's at in the rundown.
Former offensive coordinator. No, I'm kidding. Your former offensive coordinator, Kevin O'Connell, told a story about a game before he was head coach where a QB fell down a skinny staircase at Lambeau. Do you recall this?
Yeah, well,
Was that QB No?
No.
Oh, shit. We've narrowed down the suspects.
That was the guy before me.
Oh, shit.
That was JG.
Oh, no way.
I guess that's why I was obviously not there for it, but allegedly he took a monster spill down those, those like
Fuck
turf.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
Yeah, that's old school
Down that
shit
little
back there. That
tiny tunnel?
AstroTurf. Yeah.
Yeah.
He, I guess he took a spill. I don't know. I wasn't there for it, but that's not a fun way to start your day at Lambeau.
No.
It's going to be tough enough already.
Yeah.
He's bounced back.
Yeah.
He's
great.
Do you feel you haven't gotten enough credit for the no-look passes common in the NFL?
I don't care too much
about it.
for credit. I'm not. I keep a credit meter of whether I'm getting enough or not. But no, that for me those started when I played with Calvin, because everybody in the building knew I was trying to throw him the ball.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, how do I get all these guys off my scent a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, and so I'm trying to move backers, and when they're like just sending all the zone coverage right there, and I'm trying to like maneuver it. So it kind of started then.
Sure.
Like, all right, how do I still get this guy the ball? And so, it obviously evolved into more tactical use of spreading it around a little bit. But I don't ever think about it. It just kind of happens organically. I mean, I know, Pat does them, and it's not, at least for me, like I'm not like talking about it. You just kind of feel it, and you're playing the game. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you feel like you need to move somebody, and you move them.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm with you.
It's that easy. Just don't look where you're throwing the ball.
Yeah,
It just freezes everybody for a second.
Yeah, exactly right.
Well, we got you here. The first time we met you
Yeah.
was out in
God.
Georgia,
Yeah.
the lake.
Yes.
Dude,
July 4th.
what was your first impression of a guy like Jason Kelce?
Jesus Christ.
I remember, I feel like,
And shout out to the Air Force boys,
yeah, man, they know how to
First
go.
of all, that
huh?
wasn't your
Chad
first.
Hall.
You let those guys out and look out.
Yes.
I mean, they'd be like, we've been just doing PT for the last 6 months. Like, haven't seen anything. And they walk out and it's like,
Yeah.
chicks in
Here we
bikinis
go,
on a boat. It's
boys.
like, I was like, whoa. We gotta back up. But these dudes they were rocking and rolling, man. They were fun. But it was those were great times, simpler times.
Dude,
They were so
shout out to
fun.
Lake Lanier, man.
Yeah, man.
We gotta
family.
do another.
They were trying to
trip.
run it back at some point. I'm like, golly,
It would be hard now.
It's gonna take a lot out of me.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I mean, but it
Different
was
days.
10 years straight. They did that. 10 years. I think I
didn't
was
know-
there
I
for
didn't know it
9
was
of
that
them or
long,
10 of
yeah.
them. Started on like a Mastercraft wakeboard boat and then graduated into a
Full
giant
on
houseboat.
triple decker houseboat.
Yes.
Jesus. Before we get out of here, I got to have you read this from my former teammate and one of my favorite teammates of all time, Darius Slay.
Oh, love Slay.
He said, I guess you were known to pick on DBs occasionally. And this is a quote from Darius after the Eagles-Rams playoff game. It's, here, let me.
I got you.
Right.
Yo,
That one.
I'm not that old. I have good eyes. Okay, you don't have to zoom
So
it
sorry.
in. It was fun as hell until he started trying me the last 2 drives. Like, goddamn, Staff. Like, damn, calm the fuck down. Like, shit, this is so Slay. This is right on. This is so on brand.
That's why.
I know you've been slinging this motherfucker. Sling that motherfucker somewhere else. Well, Darius, I'm sorry. I just had to do something. I was trying to fight back, man. You guys were kicking our ass. So it was, I love playing against him. I played against him, quite a few times since, we've both been gone from Detroit. And he is, what a great teammate.
Oh, dude.
What a stud. Wish him nothing but the best. I love getting to, compete against him. He's a man.
That's it. We gotta ask, and that was brought to you by Mentos Gum. I think it's all we got,
Dude,
brother.
I appreciate it.
No,
You got anything
thank
for
you,
us?
brother.
No, you guys are the
All right,
fucking
cool.
great. I appreciate it.
92%
Thanks for
is
coming
Matthew
on.
Stafford.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go, baby. Appreciate you coming through, brother.
You got it, man. Thank
Best
you.
of luck
guys.
this year.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You know
All
it.
righty.
All right.
All right, now let's wrap this episode up with some No Dumb Questions. No Dumb Questions is brought to you by American Express. That's right. Only doing one of these today, since we had a good interview. We're just going to pick what sounds interesting. And we are brothers. We didn't really prank each other growing up, but that's the topic for this one.
Hey guys, it's Willa from South Carolina.
Hey, Willie.
And I'm not a parent, but I do have 2 younger brothers. I'm in college, they're in middle school.
Okay.
And I'm babysitting them for about a week and a half coming up in like a month. And I want to pull some pranks on them.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know what to do because I'm not a very good pranker, but I want to get better at it because, let's have some fun. I don't
Sure.
want to do anything too cruel. Like, I don't want to traumatize them, but also, like, let's have some fun. So what are your favorite pranks to pull on, like, a middle school age boy?
Thank you so much. All right, Willow, let me tell you about a game called Poop Dollar, all right? Here's what you're going to want to do.
Poop Dollar
Here's
is
what
a
you wanna
great
do.
one.
You're gonna
It's
wanna
not
get-
cruel at all.
You're going to want to get it. They're middle school. I feel like $1 works still for a middle schooler, right?
What? 100%.
Yeah. Take $1.
$5 would get them excited, but they still might keep
Yeah,
the
if you
dollar.
really want to really get them, $20 bill.
Yeah.
That'll for sure work.
It's going to take some dirty work, though, so you want to go get some hospital
Yeah.
gloves.
Get some gloves. Glove up for this. Hopefully you have a pet. That's
Makes it
easiest
way
case
easier,
scenario.
but if not, just go to the park.
Yeah, or you can do it yourself, but I'm going to
We've
guess.
never gone that far.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet. You're going to want to take a $20 bill, fold it in like a U shape, roam your backyard for some type of dropping of excrement of some kind. Take the U shape, so the bill only, not your hand,
Bill
Willow.
only,
Bill only.
but you got gloves just in
You
case.
smush it right in the middle of the bill. Now you have it in the middle of the bill. Fold that puppy over on top of each other. Set it down where the boys are going to be. They're going to wander by.
They're gonna pass by.
Yep.
It's gonna be enticing. You got to be around though. So you got to camp out. You got to hide out.
Yeah.
You have to be there
Yeah.
while they pick it up, or you're not going to be as satisfied.
Yes. And you're going to want to leave it so that they discover it, pick it up, and then find out that, lo and behold, there's poop inside of it.
And you scream, "Poop dollar!"
So that'll work. That's a
Yeah,
good one. That's a
good
great one for middle school boys,
The
or
only
really
one-
boys of any age.
Yeah. Men, grown men, that gets them too. I would say another one that we knew about that we didn't really partake in as much, but icy hot in the jock strap always works. So you can go icy hot in the,
Chris
it's kind
Pesic
of cruel,
did that to
but
me.
takes about an hour to wear off.
Chris Pesic got me in ice hockey.
There
Remember
you go.
Chris?
Yeah, of course I do.
We so the
Pesic.
freshmen used to have to like unload the buses or something like that, and we had like a loss or something like that, and I was trying to get the hell out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't unload the bus. Came back the next day, put my jock strap on, went out on the ice. Not a fun day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both icy and hot, just as it.
Nothing icy about it. It was pure hot. There's zero ice to it.
Yeah, it can feel a little cruel. And
Yeah.
if they don't wear jock straps, I mean, just the boxers work.
Yep.
Boxers work just as good.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do that. That's too far to me, Willow. But what are some other good ones? We're just not great pranksters.
We didn't do a lot of
If you have
pranking.
one of those like hoses that like you got to squish on the squeeze, like on the sink, put a little rubber band around that so that when they turn the faucet on, it just sprays them right in the face. It's a good one. What are some other good pranks?
You could booby trap them. You can always booby trap them. Get a balloon full of whipped cream or something like that. They open a door, all of a sudden, smacks them right in the face. That takes some good work. You got to be kind of handy with a tool in your hand.
Where's she from? South Carolina. Are there alligators in South Carolina?
I'm sure they ventured up there.
I mean, if it's a pool day, get an alligator, duct tape its mouth closed, and then throw it in the pool.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Yeah,
with that.
They don't have strong. They're not that strong at opening their mouth. They're only strong closing it. So it's duct tape will hold it. You'll be good.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
It'll be
Jason.
very scary though. You can always wait for them to be around their friends and then just pants them.
Yeah. Yeah. Got nothing for you other than they will hate you forever. Please let us know what you ended up doing. We can't wait to hear how you pranked these little twin fuckers in middle school.
Yeah.
So that does it for No Dumb Questions, brought to you by American Express.
Alrighty, that wraps up another episode of New Heights. Thank you to Matthew Stafford for
Dude.
joining the show. What
So
an
much
awesome
fun,
conversation
man.
that was.
So much fun.
Awesome to relink after all these years.
Hell yeah.
Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube to the New Heights channel and follow New Heights on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to new episodes of New Heights early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
Don't you forget to hit up Wondery on the Wondery app, baby. Once again, New Heights, a Wondery show produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by Nike. When the world says you can't win, Nike says, so win. Follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with one S for fun clips throughout the weeks. And thanks to our production and crew. And thank you to the 92%ers as always. We will see you next week. Peace.
Do 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 do. Can we get a harmonization? What are you going to start off?
Do 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 do
You
want me to go down lower?
Yeah, go lower.
Do 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 do. I can't do that one.
Where you
Either
at?
gotta go real low.
Where you at?
Do 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 do.
All right, so I'm up there. All right, go.
Do 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 do. Wait, hold on. Now you're doing the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm going to try and.
All right.
Where's my ending note again? Well, now you're higher.
All right,
I can't
fuck
find
this.
where you're
You
at.
gotta go,
I can't. I
Jason.
have no
I don't
idea where
wanna
you're
be
at.
here
You're
any
all over
longer.
the place.
I'm not a. This is why I don't do music.
I'm on Kylie's setup, and I thought that Kylie was just gorgeous, which is why she looks so good on her podcast.
You're glowing, dude. You look great.
The setup she's got a great setup.
Really highlights her features.
Kylie's going to look good regardless, but I think I'm not going to lie. I think I look pretty good in this light
Get over yourself. What do you get a tan?
and a
Are
wax.
you kidding me? Get some sun and a wax, tan and a wax, and all of a sudden Jason's tan, wax, and a new studio setup, and
That's all we need to make me full of myself. All right, let's go.
Welcome to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a Wonder Show produced
Yeah,
by
baby.
Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by Audible.
Why read when you can listen? We're your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Look at this old school 1980s Heights hat, dude. This thing sweet.
That's the Tiger I remember.
Shout out to Dave, Damio Dave, for getting me it. Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S. Jason, tell the people what we got coming up today.
We got another incredible episode for you 92%ers. We'll pick a film for the final installment of the New Heights Film Club. We're going to answer some not-so-dumb questions, as we always do. And we've got an incredible conversation with Chiefs offensive coordinator, my former quarterbacks coach with the Philadelphia Eagles, Matt Nagy. That's right.
Let's go, Nags. It's my guy right there.
We finally get to hear his side of the story on giving Pat Mahomes the answers to the test.
Did he just slide him the test on that?
Listen, if it's Pat Mahomes and you're that confident, give him the answers. All righty.
He already has the answers.
We're also going to get his opinions and thoughts on the Chiefs offense heading into the 2025 season. But before that, it's time for a little bit of that new news. New news is brought to you by American Express.
All right.
And the new news is we are watching Pretty Woman.
Oh, let's do it.
The tally is in. The tally is in.
Pretty woman.
Walking down the street, pretty woman. The one I'd like to meet, pretty woman.
We'll watch the movie, circle back, and...
But that song isn't in that movie, though, is it?
Yeah, guarantee it is. Guarantee it.
I wonder why.
Okay.
So what's Pretty Woman? Is that Patrick Swayze? Who's in Pretty Woman? I don't know. I know nothing about this film.
Not Swayze. It is Julia Roberts and another like 80s like
Kurt Russell.
Just suave dude.
Kurt Russell, John Travolta.
More stoic.
Steven Seagal.
Oh, it's Richard Gere.
Richard Gere. I should have seen that one coming.
Old Richard.
I'm a big fan. All right, here we go. Pretty Woman.
Let's do it. I'm about to be a pretty big fan.
Dude, I'm just fucking around. All right, Pretty Woman received over 45% of the votes. The next closest, Princess Bride. I almost want to watch two. Can we do two? Should we do two movies?
No.
All right. Pretty Woman it is. I'm just going to watch Jaws just because it's a fucking banger.
Give you more nightmares? You're fucking sick. This guy wants to keep getting himself right. I heard a funny ass fucking tweet that said if you watch Jaws backwards, it's just a really, really heartfelt story of a shark giving people their limbs back.
Oh, nice.
Or people giving people limbs.
Well,
I fucked that joke up, but yeah, it's funny as hell.
It starts with the shark being reanimated from an explosion, and then he is then whole again, and then it's him just regurgitating limbs onto amputees. Yeah, all right. Anyways. It's a magical shark.
Yeah, there it is. Here it is.
Oh, there we go. Agreeable Greg. There we go. Shout out to Agreeable Greg. Yeah, that's a good tweet. That's a good tweet. What does that look? Reminds me of the joke. What do you get if you play a country song backwards? You get your wife back, your house back. That's another good joke. Those are both good jokes.
Pretty Woman it is. I'm going to watch Austin Powers then. If you're going to watch Jaws, I'm watching Austin Powers.
Dude, I'm telling you, will you please, if we're not going to do Princess Bride this time, let's negate the whole vote and do Princess Bride for the next film club movie. It's a fucking incredible movie, and I'm upset that you haven't seen it, Travis. You'll love it.
I'll watch Pretty Woman first. And
all right, fair enough. All right. Yeah, we wasted a lot of time getting here, but the 92%ers eventually selected Pretty Woman, which we will watch and review at one of the up-and-coming New Heights Film Club episodes. But thank you so much for helping us find these videos.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this. I really am. I never know what to expect. I like watching movies. I love judging things. So prepare to be judged, Julia Roberts, by somebody who knows nothing about the film industry.
Yeah, I can't wait to judge you, Richard.
Gear. Some more new news. Travis attended the Patrick Bacon charity golf tournament.
Nice. Yeah, shout out to Patty Bakes.
Shout out to Patty Bakes.
Look at that forehead, man. You could put a fucking satellite dish on that thing.
What does the funds of the Patty Bake golf tournament go towards?
Yeah, so it's not the Patrick Bacon golf tournament. It's the Alex's Way Foundation golf tournament that my guy Patrick Bacon runs. Proud sponsor Forest City Insurance, which is the insurance company Patrick Bacon is in charge of. And
well, that's awesome. Congrats out to Patty Bakes and everybody involved with that charity. That sounds tremendous. Happy for all those guys.
Honestly, man, it's just cool to see everybody in my childhood and Bacon's life come together for a good cause. He had a family member pass away a few years ago, and they try and raise funds to help the awareness around it. And it's an awesome event, knowing how much of a slappy Bacon can be, but how much of a good guy he can be, and the beautiful family that is up there in Cleveland, Ohio, that it supports. And it was just dope. It was a fun outing up there at Sand Ridge, which I never gave enough credit for how beautiful it is up there on the east side of Cleveland. But it was a fun deal, man, and it was cool to see all the family and friends that we grew up around that I hadn't seen in such a long time. And posted a solid score. Shout out to Charlie Grace for keeping our score low, but that was a good deal, man. Had a lot of fun up there, raising some funds for a great cause, and sure enough, going up there to support old Patty Bakes, my caddy out in Tahoe. He's a fan favorite in the celebs and familiar faces that you see out there. Patty Bakes been doing this thing for quite a while now, so it was cool to get up there and support him for his foundation. And shout out to Forest City Insurance, baby.
Why has he got the Cavs covered up? Everybody knows Patty Bakes has the best Cav game in the industry.
Those Cavs are what get him up and down that course out there in the altitude of Tahoe, baby.
I cannot wait to see him out in Tahoe.
Isn't he just the best, man? He's everyone's favorite human being, man. Did he text you?
Patrick texted me in the middle of the week and goes, "Hey, bro, what are we doing?" Because he goes, "What?"
This is why I'm not texting him.
He goes, "We're doing a Tahoe episode, right?" I was like, "I don't think so." And he goes, "Bro, we got to. I've got so many ideas. I'll hit you back." And then I never heard from him again.
Yeah, because I told him we're not doing it. Do you know about this fucking bet that we're doing?
What bet?
What's the bet?
He had been trying to lose weight, so I told him, all right, I'll make you a bet for Tahoe. If you get down 25 pounds by Tahoe, I'll give you 10 bands.
Oh my gosh.
And he said, all right, deal. And I said, all right, but I don't want money. I want, if you lose the bet, you have to do a round in Tahoe dressed as the Blue Man Crew.
Wow. Wow. Has the official weigh-in happened yet?
No. The official weigh-in is the 10th. We're doing it the 10th.
Is he just going to sweat it out?
And he says he's bringing his scale. And I'm just like, this motherfucker's going to have that thing.
No.
He's cheating.
We'll bring our own scale, but he's just going to sweat it out. He's just going to wrestler style it. Come on, Pat. We know you're not working.
He just texted me. It's your chance, Patrick.
This is it. We're not calling back.
Nothing.
Wow.
He said, I'm naked. Give me a minute.
Yes. Sounds about right.
I would have guessed.
All right,
sure.
so he's you don't know where he's currently at?
No idea where he's currently at.
He looks pretty thin. He looks a little lean in that photo. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's the pants or the jacket.
No, listen, Jason, we're on Patrick's side. I'm just trying to give him some motivation.
I'm definitely on your side. I want to see him.
Yeah, I'm rooting against. I'm a hater. I'm sorry.
I'm definitely on your team. I'm Team Travis. I want him to do Blue Man Group.
I know. That's why I made the bet.
I want the Blue Man Group.
That's why I made the bet.
The weigh-in is Wednesday. Is it in front of you?
No, it's Thursday. It's the Thursday.
Thursday before the round?
Yeah. He's keeps trying to push it to Friday morning. I'm just like, dude, stop.
No. Thursday.
As soon as we get to Tahoe, you're on the scale, and either you're there or you're not. We're not doing this whole, like, you go to the sauna and don't eat anything for a day and just sweat it out. Like, no, we're not doing this. Isn't do that shit on your own time. I'm not fucking.
Do you have blue paint for him?
Come on now, I did it the right way. I went to a clown shop, got the blue paint, got the bald Scully that you got to put on, and then there's like a certain like over the top layer that you put on so that it doesn't like sweat and get in the eyes and mouth and shit.
Nice.
He's gonna look like shit.
Dude, there's no way. He said, at this point, I pay $100,000 to not wear the Blue Man suit. You kidding me? This is the most unfair bet ever.
He's a fucking ridiculous person.
Isn't he fucking hilarious?
I love him.
The guy's a spectacle.
In other new news, the New Heights Reddit page, 92%ers want to know if we're serious about the Jets Jake tattoo. We're dead serious. Why would we not be serious? All right. Do you guys think that they'll actually bring someone on the pod if they get the tattoo? If so, are there any rules on where it has to be? That's a good question. I would definitely do this to go on.
How much do you guys love this show?
What are the parameters of the Jets Jake pinup tattoo? Your third leg has to be shown in the tattoo. It's got to be very. It's what else? What else for the Jets Jake?
I mean, it's Jets Jake, so you gotta have the Jets in there.
Jets have to be incorporated.
Yeah, Jets. He's also Nick's guy.
Does there have to be like a size parameter?
I don't think so. I think it just has to be. Yeah, it has to be respectable.
Well, no, it has to be disrespectful.
A respectable size, I meant.
I don't think that there's a space that is off limits. I think wherever you're willing to show the said tattoo, I'm trying to think like what would a space that somebody would do that I would not want, like would not qualify, and I can't think of one. Can you?
No.
Yeah. No, yeah. So anywhere. I think anywhere works. What does it say? I'm not sure they thought that one through because there are plenty of people who would practically get any tattoo to be on the pod. Tattoo would be a talking point for the rest of their life. I mean, listen, if people want to do it, I think you deserve to come on the pod.
I respect it.
The problem is, what happens if more than one person does it? Like, we can only have one person on the pod.
Well, then we put it to a fan vote on the best one.
I think that's fair. All right, there we go. Exactly, dude. Like, I'm on the way to the parlor as soon as I get confirmation that they really will do this. Listen, do it. We'll get you on the pod. We'd love to have you on the pod. I can't wait to see what this bit of artwork looks like. Forewarning, though, if multiple people do it, I can't guarantee a spot on the pod.
Forewarning.
We will at least show the artwork if more than one person does it. But to be on the pod, I think you got to, if you're the only person, then you're on. If there's multiple people, then we're going to have to divvy up some type of voting system. All right, in the last bit of new news, 92%ers, we have come to the end of the road. New Heights is wrapping up for the season. We will air the last episode of season 3 Wednesday, July 23rd.
Yes, we will.
Crazy. Travis is going to training camp, as you all know.
Yay! St. Joe.
Whenever training camp starts, we take a hiatus from the pod because it's nearly impossible to do a podcast while somebody's in training camp. We're going to have a bunch of great pre-taped episodes for you guys. We have 2 great guests coming up, as well as Matt Nagy right now. So we still have some great episodes lined up, but we will be taking a hiatus July 23rd through training camp. That does it for new news, brought to you by American Express.
Yeah, buddy. All right, now let's get to some No Dumb Questions. No Dumb Questions is brought to you by Perplexity AI. Discover fast and reliable search with Perplexity AI today. I like team group chats. Let's do team group chats.
Team group chats. Let's go.
Hey, Travis and Jason. This is Riley. Love the show. I wanted to ask if there is a big group chat with the entire team for either the Chiefs and the Eagles, or if there's just a bunch of individual group chats. And if there are, how active are you both in them?
I missed the question. What was it? Are there group chats and are we in them? There's usually at least a group chat for the position group, at least for the offensive line there was.
100%. We got a tight end group chat. Yeah, for sure.
And usually there are more people that are active on those group chats. They're usually the more rambunctious or the people that just want to fuck around in them. But there's also like coaches in there. So I wouldn't say that those ones are the most rambunctious. I think the most rambunctious are usually the ones that are just like group chats on the side with like a select amount of the team or certain personalities that you just vibe with.
Oh, yeah.
Is that similar for you?
100%. Yeah. Coach Tommy Melvin, Coach Melvin, he's the one that kind of makes sure the group chat is has the right guys in there. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, you got a bubble guy and he's kind of off the practice squad, on the practice squad. You want to make sure that guy's in the loop and informed with everything that we got coming up. And the group chat is up to date with who's actually in the room.
Yep.
Coach Melvin does it for the tight end group. But like you said, man, I have so many different football group chats from my team now, from my team back in 2016, right? Like the group chats they keep going up. And it's the same with college. I still have group chats with guys from college. Me and Jason are in a few, and it's It's just fun, man. It's always a blast catching up and just throwing the most absurd shit in the group chat. Yes, of course. You have to name the group chats. Yes.
There you go.
It's the best part of having a group chat.
Ooh, what's our college
we can't
group
do
chat?
that. We can't, Jason. No, we can't do that one.
I'm going to say it. Trailer Light Boys.
All right. Well, I'm going to politely ask that you don't put this on there, Brandon.
I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing, Travis.
That's a good one.
All righty, that does it for No Dumb Questions, brought to you by Perplexity AI. Let's get to this Matt Nagy convo. My guy, I love this dude. Can't wait for this. Thank you to our presenting partner, Audible.
Transform your everyday moments with Audible's immersive world of storytelling. From pulse-pounding adventures to life-changing insights from thought leaders, every listen opens new doors for your imagination.
More than just entertainment, Audible becomes your companion for personal growth, boosting your mood, inspiring positive habits, and enriching your daily routine with every chapter.
Dive into a universe of over 1 million titles, audiobooks, podcasts, and Audible originals all in one spot.
While your favorite titles will always be there, why not explore new ones? Discover bestsellers, anticipate new releases, and extensive collection of content included with your membership. New editions arriving all the time.
The best part? You can get your Audible fix while doing whatever. Stuck with chores, sweating it out on the run, crawling through traffic, boom! Instant entertainment upgrade.
There's more to imagine when you listen.
Sign up for a free 30-day Audible trial, and your first audiobook is free. Visit audible.com/New Heights. Now a moment brought to you by American Express.
What elevates a dining experience for you, Jason?
Mayonnaise.
Nice. With Amex Platinum, you get access to global dining access by Resy when you add your Platinum card to your Resy profile.
You can experience some of the hottest restaurants with access to exclusive reservations and even be notified when hard-to-get reservations come up.
That's the powerful backing of American Express.
For full terms and to learn more, visit americanexpress.com/withAmex.
All right, Nags, let's have some fun, big guy.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Jason,
right,
would you do the honors, my brother?
Absolutely. All righty. Our guest today is a 6'2" quarterback out of the University of Delaware, the 2018 AP Coach of the Year, two-time Super Bowl champion, and the current offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. 92%ers, please welcome Matt Nagy!
What's up, fellas? What's going on? How great
How we
is
doing,
this?
Coach?
Love it. Love it.
We love that you joined us, man. There's a lot of ties in here between the Upper East Coast, the Philly connection, the Kansas City connection. So it's awesome, and we'll get into all of that. You already know, man.
No doubt.
Appreciate you jumping on with us, dude.
East Coast guys, right? East Coast.
That's
Come
right.
on now. Come on now. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm getting accustomed to it. I'm a Midwesterner myself. Been stuck here forever, but I'm getting accustomed to it.
Good.
Coach, how have OTAs been, man?
It's been great.
You've been excited seeing these young pieces come in and see their talent and everything?
It happens quick. The guys get in, you know it. Travis, you've been in here and you get those juices back going again, and the guys are rolling. Coach Reed, man, he doesn't stop. He's nonstop. He can't get enough of it. We love it. And I think the guys are in a good mindset right now. Everything that happened in that Super Bowl, we put that aside, we use it, and guys are in a good framework, coaches and players.
I know Trav's excited for that long drive drill. No doubt about it.
Come on now.
Oh, man. He kills it, man.
It'll bring the best out of you, baby. It'll bring the best out of you, man.
He kills it. You know that.
Test you mentally. Yo, no doubt.
I would tell everybody this all the time, man. You can train your ass off doing everything possible. You could go flipping tires, running cross country, running hills. You can do all of the training, the perfect off-season training possible. There is nothing that will get you ready for an Andy Reid long drive drill.
No.
You are going to start that drill and just know mentally that after about 15 to 18 plays, you are going to be fucking miserable.
Yes. The worst.
There's nothing you can do about it other than just take that misery on with a good attitude.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think, you know what? It's a funny story. So last year or 2 years ago, I was at the airport, and I forget what city I was in, whether it was Nashville or where it was, but I I ran into Mitch Morse of all people, and he was in
Mitch
that
Morse, baby.
Yeah, man. He
Just
was
retired, man. I love that guy, man. Hell of a career, Mitch.
and he was leaving. Doug was down. Peterson was down in Jacksonville, and Mitch was leaving to go down to Jacksonville. And it was the offseason. He had just got traded there or just signed there. And he said, Nags, he goes, man, I'm excited for my opportunity here and to get going here for maybe one last year in Jacksonville. But man, Nags, he's like, damn it, man. He's like, I do not look forward to these long drive drills. I almost didn't sign here with these long drive drills. And I just started dying laughing just thinking of all you guys.
Dude, it's the best, baby.
I still remember, and I don't, you probably don't remember this, Coach, but when Andy, it was, I think my second year, it might have been my first year, long drive drill, and we run a screen in the red zone. This had to be like play 14 or 15. And Coach had to call a timeout because I just was lying on the field.
I'll never forget it. Never will I forget that.
He's like, "You all right, big fella?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right, I'll be all right." He's like, "Oh, get back in there. Let's go. We got to go."
This is so good.
Trav, did you know Coach almost played my rookie year? Did you know this?
Dude, I did not know. I was just going to say, you said you didn't have any experience of the Andy Dreve long drive drill. I thought you were out there slinging it with him.
Mike Vick got hurt, and I think Vince was having some issues too or something like, and there was rumblings. They gave you a workout, didn't they? They put you on the field.
Yeah, I actually practiced, man. It was crazy. Like, you guys get all these years of touchdowns and Super Bowls, and man, I got one day in the sun, and they called me up, and I was an intern at the time, and now I think they have a rule for it. Like you see the interns that come to practices in training camp, and they sit in the meetings and they follow. That was me in 2008, 2009. And my second year, I was there just helping out coaching. And yeah, Coach Veach was in Philly then. He calls me up. He goes, "Nags, what are you doing? Come over here, man. You got to go talk to Coach." And then Coach goes, "Do you have an agent?" Coach is like, "Do you have an agent? Are you in shape? And do you know the playbook?" And I was like, yes, and yes. And I really didn't know the playbook. I wasn't in shape. But I ended up getting to have one day in practice. And then they said, "You know what? No, dude, you're out. You can't do it." They nixed it.
They put a rule in.
Fuck.
They called it intern stashing.
Oh,
because there's like a way to add other player, like increase your roster size by having like players as like interns and GAs. Yeah.
That ain't right, man.
And that was it, man. On to the coaching world.
How about that though? You and Veach, man. A lot of I don't know if a lot of people know you and Brett Veach played college ball together. You were throwing my guy touchdown passes left and right, man. Veach was your wide receiver, right?
He was, yeah. He came in as a running back. I don't know if y'all know that, but he played at a big program in Mount Carmel. His dad was the coach, and he was a year college-wise younger than me, and so he came in as a running back, and we needed some help at wide receiver, so we bumped him to wide receiver there towards the end of my career, and I was out there throwing him passes, man, for a couple of years, and he was awesome, man. We had a couple plays versus Villanova that we still talk about to this day, and he was just he was a hell of a player.
Hell yeah, dog. That's so crazy, man. Going to college with somebody like that and then finding a way to work with them and win championships with them. That's got to be a cool connection, man, between you guys.
Oh, there's no doubt. And the reason why I'm in the NFL right now is because of Brett Veach.
My dog.
Speaking of coaching and college, you guys are going to be setting to St. Joe's sooner or later for a little bit of training camp action. You guys are getting back Rashee Rice and Isaiah Pacheco fully healthy this year, coming off of some injuries. How much do both those guys mean when they're fully healthy for you guys up for Kansas City?
It's huge for us. And, these guys, I think it's very important for everybody to know, like, people talk about it and I've been able to witness it. But when these guys, they don't understand, and Pat went through it with Alex, but they don't understand how lucky they are to be able to have Trav help them and what they do, understanding how to practice, how to run routes, the little details of just understanding how to take coaching. And so, like, I watch, and I know it's been documented, but like when Trav takes them off to the side and starts talking to them in his own lingo of how to run a certain route, that's like 10 times his weight in gold versus what any of us coaches are going to tell these guys, because it's respect factor that they have. And he doesn't have to do that. He's the greatest tight end, to ever play the game. Jace, you're the greatest center to ever play the game. I mean, that's an unbelievable tandem. And for me to be able to coach you guys and see like what you guys were as mentors, those two young guys, Rashee and Xavier, what they have with Trav and what they have with Coach Reed and Patrick, it's special. And it really honestly, like, it makes coaching fun and it lets them just grow. And like, we see the growth and development. And that's the exciting part, is like to put it all together. And everyone's so selfless.
Yeah. And those are the best teams. The best teams are when the players are also coaching, right? They're coaching up the young guys.
For sure.
And that's also helping them retain it. Like, I always felt like, the players coaching like the young guys, it wasn't like I was saying anything different than what Stout was saying. I'm just regurgitating that, but I'm saying it in a way because we're both on the same end receiving it from Stout. And when you say it to the player next to you, they're receiving it in the same way you interpreted it from the coach. Does that make sense? Like,
100%.
There's like a weird thing where, like, when you both are receiving the information from the head coach, then you have the same frame of reference from how it's taught. It's easier then to go off of that and say basically the same thing, just in like a slightly different way that the guy understands it, maybe in a different way.
Right.
It's just a little bit more reassuring for the young guys. And I appreciate you saying that, Nags. You already know.
Yeah,
I'm just one of your disciples, man. I just know I can find a way to make it make sense a little bit more. And sometimes all it takes is a few extra conversations about what we're seeing out there to really get everybody on the same page, man.
For sure. Absolutely.
You keep mentioning a guy named Pat Mahomes, though.
Yeah.
And I know we need to clear something up here. We had old Patty Mahomes on the show, and he told us a story prior to his draft interview with the Chiefs that you gave him the keys to you gave him the answers? Did you give him
answers to the test? Huh?
You gave him the answers to the test, Max?
Yeah, man. Fortunately, it ended up working out pretty good. I mean, Veach and I were, we knew how much Veach and Coach Reed liked him, and obviously I was in love with him too. So like, you go into that process, and you guys know that whole deal with the combine and how it goes. But man, when you're convicted with somebody and you feel the way that we all did, I don't know. I guess it was better to ask for forgiveness than permission. One of those type of deals.
I love it.
Yeah, I'll never forget it, because we just sat back and we went through off to the side in the deal, like in between meetings throughout the day. It was middle of the day. We actually talked a little bit through All Go Special, Trav.
Come on now, baby.
Just a little bit of some simple plays, but a few of them. And we also just said, hey, man, you got to get one or two wrong here. It can't be 100% on the test. You got to get like the 95. Yeah,
it'll be obvious. It'll be obvious.
Yeah, but he killed it in the deal, and I think it stayed pretty quiet for many years. And then I guess he's the one that busted it out a few years ago.
Yeah, I love it.
Fortunately, it ended up working out.
Unbelievable, dog.
Well, let me ask you this: what made you so confident that Pat was the guy coming out to be able to do that?
Watching the tape, when we watch these players on tape, you sit there and you can't put the tape down. You just want to keep watching more and more and more. And as you're watching it, you just see the plays that he's making and these stupid throws that, he saw so much drop 8 in college. There was so much drop 8. So it was like, part of you was like, he's seeing all this drop 8. He's scrambling around, and, no one's better than him when he's outside the pocket running around. He can make special throws, and he was doing a lot of that. So the question was like, okay, what type of person is he? And, what's his, football IQ like? And does he love the game? And all the stuff, the intangible things. And so, like, as we all started watching more and more tape, we were like, Coach Reed and Veach and these guys were like, we gotta take these quarterbacks. We got to bring them into the room and spend like, a good 6 to 8 hours with each of these guys in that draft class. And really, we knew how much we loved the player, but bringing him in and just seeing him take it to the top with the person side of it was unbelievable. And like, you could just see like he was special, and you didn't know it until things were going to happen. But I mean, my gosh, like, we were all on board. It was all conviction, and I just couldn't put the film down. He was just special.
I hear you, man. I'm with you on the first time you meet him, man. That first, what's up, dog? That first, like, yo, it's good. It's like your family forever after you get that from him, man. He's such a good dude, and I already know he's gonna ace that part of the test every single time. And I'm sure the football IQ was already through the roof when he got in.
The second that happened, the moment it happened, we were super excited, and it was one of those deals where then he came in as a freshman, as a rookie with Alex, and it's like, and Alex taught me as a young position coach, he's one of the most special human beings and people in my life. And what he did for that room and for Patrick and for myself and coach, everybody, that year, we'll all never forget it. And I just could tell story after story of that season of how good he was to Patrick, and also how well Patrick came in. Like Patrick didn't come in trying to be like, hey, I'm the guy, I'm the future guy.
He came in the best teammate he could possibly be.
No doubt. And it just took off. And I think, like, you know,
but I'll say this though, a lot of the times that it's a two-way street, but the veteran in the room usually dictates how that goes. And because if the veteran is open to it and they embrace this opportunity to teach this young guy and to be a productive like room, it usually goes well, right?
Without a doubt. I mean, Alex is, you know, because of how good Patrick is, people forget what Alex did in the time that he was here.
Especially that year. Especially that year specifically.
That year, because we all remember, because we kind of took it personal, you know, everyone was calling Alex like a game manager, check down Charlie type guy. And go back to 17, his last year when Patrick was drafted. Go back and check out the numbers and tell us who had the highest downfield. Like, he didn't care. And Patrick or Alex was just killing it, man. And he's a winner. He's a hell of a person. And like you guys said, man, what he did for Patrick and for me as a coach. I mean, come on, man, that was unbelievable.
As good as gold, baby. What he did for me as a professional, his aura in the facility and how he conducted himself as a professional gave me an understanding of what I needed to get better at.
Sure.
And it wasn't necessarily the attributes. It was, how am I organizing all this information? How am I making myself better Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Like, how am I setting up that day on Tuesday? How am I setting up my day on Wednesday to understand the entire base game plan? You know what I mean?
Right.
Watching Alex and just talking to him about football, he gave you that confidence and understanding that he knew everything he could possibly need to know about the defense he was playing. And when you have that trust in not only the guy that's slinging the ball around, but when you have that trust in somebody next to you, you know, Mitchell Schwartz was the exact same way. Somebody that I knew he knew the answers to the test, because he was so smart and he understood defenses like that. And Alex, I would just go up to him and talk to him about pointless backside of the routes where I knew when it was zone, he was going to the 3-by side. And I would just be in my mind like, hey, like, is there ever a chance you're kind of like peeking back here 1-0? You know what I mean? I would just go up to him and just ask him questions, trying not to be annoying with it. But I just love talking ball with the guy. And he made me such a better player by just giving me just free wisdom, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And he had so much common sense too. Some guys are super smart. He's super smart, really intelligent, football, high football kid. Yeah. But he also had like the self-awareness of common sense, of understanding, like, you know, why he did certain things. And I think, like, to me, that's your perspective, Trav, and Pat has his own. But for me, I was a first-year quarterback coach in 2013. And the quarterback that we traded for to come into the Chiefs was Alex, his first year from San Fran.
Smitty, yeah.
He had like 6 or 7 different coordinators at that time. He forgot more football than I knew. So me coming in to try to coach him, like, that wasn't easy. But again, he was able to like learn how to trust me over time, and me, you know, just try to kind of ease my way into it. Man, I'm just so indebted to Alex, man. He's just a special person.
I do got to ask this though. Back on Patty Mahomes, from that rookie year, you had your run in Chicago, and you've come back between that first year and the years now. Where do you think he's like changed the most in terms of how he progressed his game from that first year?
Without a doubt, his protections. You know, he came in his rookie year in 17, and really, I mean, he was just learning how to call plays. He was all no huddle, so like take a snap under center. Rookie year, understanding coverages on the back end, protections. But now, I mean, you guys know how we do those walkthroughs in the morning, and as you know, in 18, 19, 20, 21, those years where, you know, everything was just, you guys were clicking, and like he was learning through the coaches I talked to and through him, like the protections. If he didn't get the protections right, it didn't matter. Yeah, you know, and you got to know where your hots are. You got to know where you're going with the football, understanding that part of it. And then you can take like the ability to make the special throws and just know when that's going to happen. And now when I got back in 22 as a quarterback coach, and then 23, 24, the last 2 years as coordinator, I've really gotten to see him understand the student of the game part of not just understanding and being a master of protections. Now, his leadership, what he's learned through you, Trav, and your guys' time together, of like how how to lead the players, but then also how to lead the coaches like us that are with him, like how the communication part of like, listen, you might be explaining a certain route a certain way to a guy or a young guy, but also this is how I see it. This is how we see it. Think about, doing things this way. And so like he gets why we're doing the big picture, but from, again, a player's perspective, think about it from this way or that way. He's grown that way. He would have never done that at his early years. There's a lot of things he didn't know. He does know a lot now. He knows what he's seeing coverage wise. He knows when the blitzes are coming. And sometimes, it's our job as coaches to make sure that we don't let that get in the way. But he's grown in so many different areas. But probably the biggest part is the change he hasn't done. He's never changed as like, he's such a good person and he still competes every single day.
It's Patty Mahomes, baby.
And everything he does is Patty Mahomes is 100% all the time. And he's just special. He's in a great place.
Jason played with my guy Gardner Minshew. What was it, 2 years ago?
Brother, great dude, great
guy. How's Minshew been in the QB room? He's sparking it up, or is he just he's playing it cool right now?
So when he first came in, day one, he started. It was funny. He basically pulled a prank on our quarterback coach with asking where the quarterback room was at on Girardi. Man, he was messing with him the first. He got him the first day, just messing with him, and it was one of D's jokes. So he asked him where room 4. He came in. And he's like, man, they told me the quarterback room is in 4D. Like I couldn't figure out where. And Girardi kind of looked at him like, what are you talking about? And he goes 4Ds. It's just like, and he kind of swiveled his hips a little bit, and he's kind of. It was a good icebreaker. I'll say that for Girardi, but he's been really good, man. He understands the game. He's smart. He's just a great guy, and I think like in the room, he understands where we're at. He understands where he wants to go, and man, he is a character, but he also knows when to lock in and really get serious. He's studying all the time.
For sure.
Oh, he's a pro.
Yeah, he's a pro.
I got to ask you, offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
You drafted Josh Simmons. This kid looks incredible. Looked incredible at Ohio State. What do you think he'll bring once he's fully back and healthy?
Yeah, I really love his athleticism. You're right. I mean, his ability to really show his strength and athleticism on the edge, one-on-one, being able to recover if he gets beat. I mean, it's rare.
Dude, it was like flashes of like Jason Peters, like Trent Williams type of movement and bending and redirecting. I agree 100%. Yeah.
Agree, man. He's going to really put it together. And I think like right now, just Jace, as you know, man, just kind of understanding the calls and all the different calls you can have at the line of scrimmage, when you're going to, squeeze and, different.
That's what the guard's for. He's got to block the man Mountain Dean on the end. The guard could tell him, hey.
That's right. That's right. So he's really, really been locked in, though. It's been great to see him like in meetings and out of practice. He's almost sometimes a little bit too serious because he's really locked in. It's good to see.
That's what blew me away was everybody's talking about how athletic he is, and you see that immediately. Seeing him go through drills and how comfortable he is, how great of a base he has, and everything like that. But even when he's just like working some of the scout team stuff because his knee isn't just quite back for him to go full go yet, he's dialed in. He's giving good looks. He's making sure he's helped. Like he is a professional already. He is so bought in, and he understands, I think, what situation that he's in, and being that big of a pick for the Chiefs, baby. I think he's actually light years ahead of where I was imagining he could be. Not to say that I was expecting something else. I just didn't know what to expect from him, not knowing him that well. But
he's a rookie.
Yeah,
exactly. He's a rookie, but he is dialed in, and he looks like he's ready to work, baby. And I love that about him.
He is dialed in. I will say this though, and I gotta. Trav, I don't know if I've ever told you this story. Maybe I have, but the one difference, and back in 2011, I do remember a sixth round draft pick coming in as a rookie, and I got to tell you this story. I don't know if Simmons has this in him right now, but I'll never forget it for all my life. So I'm a quality control coach, and we're in training camp in Philadelphia, and it's in the evening, and we're kind of in the middle of camp. Guys are tired or pissed off, angry, whatever, but getting ready to do a little learning at nighttime in the installs. We're having a special teams meeting at around 6:00 at night. So everyone's in the special teams room, most of the team. And then there's a bunch of like quarterbacks and quarterback coaches and assistants and some guys that aren't in there that are just kind of hanging out in the hallway. And all of a sudden you just hear this cursing and freaking out and like yelling. And it's this all of a sudden out running up the steps, these doors pop open and this big grizzly bear just pops out of nowhere and just starts MFing everybody and just starts pounding on the special teams in the middle of the meeting. Yeah. He's pounding on the special teams door, pops it open, and is just like, who the F did, who messed with my car? You toilet papered my car, you stuck a banana in the pipe, you saran wrapped it, who the F did it? And all these guys are in the middle of a special teams meeting, like turn around, like, what are we talking about? Here's a rookie interrupting the team special teams room, wanting to kill somebody for messing with his car in the middle of training camp. And we looked at each other to the side as coaches, we go, are you freaking kidding me? We got somebody here, man. This guy's freaking psycho.
That's good.
Fucking around.
I like that was a positive.
Yeah,
That's
I know
good.
you remember that.
Oh, you kidding me? I definitely don't forget that. That was wild. I was like, hit the door first. And Avant came out afterwards and he was like, man, I thought somebody was shooting a gun out here. I thought there was gunshots going. It was just you hitting the door. And I was like,
I'll never forget it, man. I always tell all the rookies that.
I remember him telling me that story when I was at Cincinnati. He was like, yeah, man, somebody fucked with my car, and I swear to God, if I find out who it is, I'm going to kill him. And I'm just like, dude, you're a rookie.
And all we care about as coaches was we just loved it. We're like, yeah, we got a guy. 6th round, we got him.
He's fired up. He's fired up.
that's awesome.
Sometimes you just got to show you're a little nuts, man.
Yeah.
I didn't have an issue with that.
Don't take it there.
It's easy when you're nuts.
That's right. No doubt.
Thank you to our partner, Boar's Head.
Listen up, food lovers, because we're about to talk about some serious summer entertainment. That's right. Just because your 4th of July celebration is over doesn't mean the end of summer entertaining. There's still pool parties, picnics, and get-togethers. When
you're hosting, you got to bring your A game, and that's where our friends at Boar's Head can help.
These guys have been crushing the premium cheese and deli meats games for over 120 years. Picture this, an epic charcuterie board with their specialty meats and cheeses, plus their new premium olive collection to complete the spread.
Or a killer sandwich platter, including their gourmet condiments.
But wait! There's more! The hummus line! Their newest sweet barbecue and basil pesto flavors will have your guests begging for your entertaining secrets.
Ooh, what's your secret, Jason, to hosting a great party during the summer?
It's Boar's Head, obviously.
Well, now I know. And now that I'm going to throw a party, I'm going to get some Boar's Head. Whether you're throwing a party or just chilling with friends, make it special with Boar's Head. Discover the craftsmanship behind every bite at your local Boar's Head deli counter.
Boar's Head, committed to craft since 1905. Thank you to our sponsor, Hellman's. Okay, can we talk a little mayo for a sec, if you don't mind? I know there are fellow mayo lovers out there nodding right now, just like me. We've all got that one friend. You know the one who I'm talking about, who makes the face when they see us enjoying our mayo, eating our mayo. But here's the thing. These mayo skeptics haven't even tried the good stuff yet. Ha ha! We're talking about Hellman's spicy mayo. If spicy is not your jam, they also have garlic aioli, chipotle mayo, and even Italian herb blend. Does it sound good to you, Travis? Hellman's is on a mission here, and that's why we're challenging all the mayo skeptics out there to eat their words. Trav, you're first up. These flavors are going to convert even the biggest mayo doubters. Come on, watching someone go from, mayo to, okay, this is actually amazing. Might be the best thing ever. So, who's ready to spread the good word about flavored mayo? Thank you to our partner, DraftKings. Baseball fans, one of the best weeks of the summer is here, and it's the perfect celebration of the game everyone loves. With so many fun matchups, every moment is a must-see. You can get in on the action with our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers who bet just $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Whether you're backing your favorite sluggers or predicting the MVP, now's the time to make your picks. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code New Heights. Crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Enjoy live betting? DraftKings has you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen. If sports betting is not available yet in your state, don't worry. You still have time to join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code New Heights and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code New Heights only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
So being under Andy Reid or being with Coach Reid for so long, is there any play that is ever off the table? Have you ever gone to him with something like, man, I don't know if he's gonna love this, or I don't know if he's gonna, if he's gonna think this is too crazy, or
You know what? There's really not, I will say. I mean, even to the point, Kels, we put that one play in for Chris Jones that we had him doing a little bit of a pass, and he
no, Jason, you have no idea. This shit was bad, dude. I love Chris Jones to death, dog. I don't know what it was, but he needs to stay on the defensive side.
Yeah. It just we put it in for him, and we had him doing a little throw, and it just, I mean, usually, Coach, we put it in the incubator like with Don Terry Poe. And then with the jump pass,
just let that thing simmer, baby.
You worked it for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, this one was called Swinging D, and it wasn't working, man. That play wasn't working.
Swinging D? Are you kidding me? That is amazing.
It had the name.
Oh, my gosh.
It had the reference. It
didn't work.
We ran it. He would check, and it was a throw to me. Every single throw was like 5 yards behind me at my feet. I'm just like, Coach, I don't think this is going to work.
It got canned. It lasted about 2 weeks, and then Swinging D went out, so no more of that. That was gone. But that's about the only one. Coach, man. And when you guys come up with the stuff, it means so much more for him, and he likes it and stamps it so much better when you guys do your creativity. So that's the best part.
I still got one in my back pocket. I just might need to just put it on a little note card and just shove it under his door one of these days, man. Make sure it gets to him.
You got to get it on his whiteboard there, and he gets that beautiful mind going in his whiteboard, man. And you don't know what pops up.
There you go.
Speaking of Coach, what's it like being Andy Reid's offensive coordinator?
Every single day, I make sure that I never take it for granted. And not just being the offensive coordinator, but just being with him, being so lucky to be around him every single day. I look back to when he first hired me in 2010, been with him, till 2017. And then when I left to Chicago, and now to be able to take me back and just get to see it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
He's taught me so much of how to, be a coach, but how to handle certain situations, whether it's a player on or off the field. We talk so much life stuff too, that probably a lot of people don't know or understand in the coaching world. I mean, it's a lot of X's and O's, but we're together a lot. And so he's given me a lot of fatherly lessons of like how to understand, with me having 4 boys, and as they're growing up, things that I can do to help out and be better. And and I think this is one of the greatest coaches to ever coach in NFL history.
Yeah.
And I don't ever take that for granted. So I'm still trying to take in when he gives me a note on a simple play that we've been doing for 15 years. I don't want to forget that part of it. Or if he gives me a coaching point of, how to coach a coach, right? And how to handle a situation, on how to do an install. What am I doing? Am I saying a few words, too many, little things like that.
Absolutely.
He's always trying to make us better. And Trav, being together all these years, whether it's a certain route or whatever, or the blocking technique, he's always going to just try to help you out. And it's all for one common denominator, as you know too, Jace, more than anybody. It's that it comes from love, man. Like this guy, he loves his players.
He loves to see him have success, man. He wants that success for him, man.
He does. And I think that's where, for me to watch that and be a part of that, I try to tell these young coaches right now, how fortunate they are to be able to coach for him, and what, we want to do it for him.
One of my favorite installs ever. My guy, he's up there and he's kind of talking it through, and Byron Pringle, one of my favorite, he played in Chi-Town too, man. Listen, Byron Pringle is a wide receiver for us. One of the most physical, he didn't get enough credit for the things he did for our team. And Pringle, he was starting to catch strides, and he had a big preseason game, and he made the team, and coach was installing a play, and he looked over at Pringle and said, "Pringle, this play's for you, baby. I'm going to get you that chip deal, baby. I'm going to get you that chip deal." I just started dying laughing. I'm like, "Pringle, once you pop, the fun don't stop."
Oh, man. And he did. He probably did. It probably worked.
Do you have any favorite Andy story before we move on from Coach?
Gosh, there's so many of them. I'm getting caught off guard right now. The one story that that occurred in my first stint here in 20, I think it was 16 or 17. It was like a Tuesday night we're game planning. And every evening, Coach and I will go at around 5 o'clock and we'll go down to the kitchen, cafeteria, and we'll sit down in between our break for half an hour and we'll grab some food. And we've done it for many, many years. And so it was about a 5:30 on a Tuesday. We're in between. It's just Coach and I in the cafeteria, and it happened to be a steak night. So we're sitting there and he's eating his steak, and he kind of all of a sudden, I get up and I walk over to the trash can to throw something away, and I look over to the table and I see him kind of like sneezing. And I'm like, man, Coach is sneezing. Oh, he'll be all right. And he just keeps sneezing. And I'm sitting there, and then he stands up, and I'm like looking, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to bother him. He's sneezing. I'll let him go. And all of a sudden he kind of like stops like coughing and choking, and I'm like, the guy's choking, like he's choking, like I'm not. I gotta go, and he stopped, and he's like, oh man, he looks at me, and he's like, man, I go, oh Coach, I thought you were sneezing. He goes, no, I was choking on a piece of steak. And I go, what? I go, like, I thought you were sneezing. I didn't know what was going on. And so here it is, like, I'm such an idiot because I'm trying to be polite and like not bother him for sneezing, but the guy is choking on a piece of steak, and it's just me and him. If he goes down, it's totally my fault.
You had a chance to Heimlich maneuver Andy Reid.
I've never done it ever, and I could have just got him and just and that would have been quite the story. But thank God he saved himself.
There you go.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Before we move along from just coaching in general, from your time learning under Coach Reid and then the time in Chi-Town, from going from offensive coordinator and everything, you were even dialing up plays that last year with Smitty and everything.
Yeah.
What was the biggest difference in leading both sides of the ball and being that head coach in Chicago than it was just being a coordinator? Like, what do you think the biggest difference was?
100% the relationships with the entire team. So the defense and the special teams, and then understanding, making sure that those guys know I have the pulse of who they are and what's going on. And so, like in 2018, when we got to Chicago, there just wasn't a lot of energy. They needed a little bit of positivity going around. And I think like what we had to do was create that culture. And the only way you do that is by winning. But you got to build trust, and you got to build relationships with the players so they do trust you. And the only way to do that is to be around them. Like, you can sit there and talk X's and O's all you want, but if you're not around them and they don't know who you are and you don't know who they are, it won't work. And I think like for me, my best time to do that was to jump into meetings where I couldn't do that as a coordinator, So like as a head coach, I can jump into the special teams meeting. I can jump into Coach Fangio's defensive meetings. And then when we're out stretching, like I would walk around and talk to all the defensive guys. And then I would meet with some of the guys one-on-one and try to build a rapport with those leaders. And I think like, as the 3 years after that went on till 2021, where I look back and reflect and say, man, I wish I would have done this better. It's staying on top of those relationships that we built. And, like new players come in, old players leave. I probably didn't do a good enough job of creating that bond with those players and sustaining it so that when you hit a tough patch, you can get through that, get through the lows. And I think like that's where I needed to be better. And I reflect on that a lot. And, you guys both know me, like I'm an outgoing person, and I feel like it's important to have a good relationship with guys and let them trust you, but you gotta be able to sustain that. And so as a head coach, for me, that was my biggest thing that I really look back on now and like, damn, I wish I would have done a better job there. And you learn from it. You learn from those mistakes.
Oh yeah, that's all it is. You already know you learn from it. You're still one of the best coaches I've ever fucking had in my career, man. And I'm so thankful that you've been there for me.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
If that double doink doesn't happen, Matt, you might still be the head coach of Chicago. Like, think about it. It went from that double doink to we lost in New Orleans, barely lost. We could potentially won that at the end with the drop, but it was LA, and LA wasn't like, I don't know. You guys were rolling towards the end of the year there. The defense was good.
Rolling, baby.
We were rolling. You're right. And I mean, you look at it, and then in 2019, we went 500, And then in 2020, same thing. We made the playoffs and played, lost to the Saints in the playoffs. And then in 2021, we fell off. So again, the competitor in me, you want to be better, but I got to use that to learn it to be better. And everything happens for a reason, man. And get to be back here with Trav and coaching these guys and win some Super Bowls. And I'm going to learn from it. But I appreciate y'all.
We're still having fun, baby.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you one question from that game. Was it your idea or Vic's? You guys kept holding the sub guy, and it messed up all of our game plan specific runs. Like, we kept calling all these plays in a goal line deep. I'm like, bro, we can't run this play to a 6-1. Like, what are we doing? Like, I was getting so pissed off because the play kept coming in. And then you'd see the big defensive lineman run out there. I was like, we can't run this. We got 11 personnel out here.
Yeah.
It was messing up. It was honestly, it was great coaching. It was great coaching.
That was all Vic and his defensive staff. Those guys did a hell of a job. I was so lucky, to be able to spend a year with him. And man, when he decided to take that job in Denver as the head coach, I'll never forget being there with Ryan Pace and Joey Lane, sitting at a restaurant with Vic, and he was so torn because he loved his players so much, and we loved him so much, and we knew what we had. And hey, it was his opportunity to go be a head coach. But man, obviously he's a wizard. He's a hell of a coach. He's a great person, and I have a ton of respect for him.
Hell yeah. I was going to say, Dayton, you were talking about that 2018 and coming in, and I just remember in 13 when you guys came in, we were such a veteran team. We had, the team may have just went 2-14. But we had Pro Bowlers, we had superstars, we had guys like that were at the top of their game, like Eric Berry, Justin Houston. When Alex came in, with Jamal Charles, we had studs on both sides of the ball, and Tamba Ali and Derek John. I mean, I could keep going. We had guys, right?
Goes on and on, yeah.
Dude, the defense when you first got there was insane.
Stacked.
I mean, you already know.
Probably one of the most stacked defenses I've ever seen. Yeah,
I agree.
It was ridiculous, man. Brandon Flowers. We had a whole bunch of studs, and it was crazy to me that one, this team went 2-14 the year before, but two, when Coach Reed came in, I can tell the difference to this day of Coach Reed's demeanor in having to come in and break that culture.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily, and don't get me wrong, I have no idea what the situation was with the coaches before that or anything, but I heard guys complaining nonstop about how much and how hard we were practicing.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, you don't hear anybody complaining. You just hear guys accepting
get the hell out of here. You guys don't complain about practicing hard.
You'll never fucking hear that out of me.
I don't believe it.
I'll be the first one to put the pads on.
All right.
Yeah, I would confirm that, man. And I just say this real quick. The reason, and a huge reason that you guys bought in early on, and you guys have taken the torch, and you've done this with it, and everybody sees it now. You can't not because of you guys wanting to do it.
It's not a complaint. There are times it's like, man, we gotta fucking do this again. Like there's that, but it's the acceptance of this is the system. This is how you become great, and it works.
Right. You're not questioning whether it's the right thing to do or not.
Completely different situation back in 13 on the veterans that we had in there and how they were used to working and doing things, and how Coach Reed came in and gave them a new perspective on it. And I really think that's that turnaround with that talent. You saw it immediately. We won the first 10 games right off the bat because of how much those veteran guys knew the game of football, played well together when they had that work ethic and how just, I don't know, everything came together. But I'll tell you what, man, I can only imagine how tough it is to go in there and demand that discipline and that trust in trying to break a system that hadn't been working.
No doubt. And I'll never forget the first meeting that Coach Reed had of that year you're talking about. And just painting the picture again, Coach Reed, for the very first team meeting in 2013, we had our first team meeting. The entire team was in the team room, and those doors opened, and he came walking in, and it was quiet. And I remember I was sitting in the corner, and I looked over, and in the front row was all those dudes you just talked about: Tamba Ali, Justin Houston, Eric Berry, Dontari Poe, Dwayne Bowe, Jamal. It goes on and on and on.
Oh yeah,
they were literally sitting up in their seat with their hands on their knees, and their eyes were huge, and they were just staring at this guy. And the second I saw that, I was like, they believe. This is what they needed. They believe. And then coach just took it from there. And you remember we did all that no huddle those first couple
Come on
practices.
now. Come on now. That was crazy. And it wasn't just, it was the long drive drill. It's different when it's 18 plays of huddle.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It's a completely different experience when it is a no huddle long drive drill.
Yeah.
That is where you're you just want to you look at Alex is like, just check it down. Just throw it immediately to the check down so we can get to the next play and get through this thing, man. Please.
Secretly for the O-line, I'm kind of all about it because the D-line's only good for the first 2 plays. It's a big lead fest after that.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, so coach comes in the first, and he doesn't even, and Trav probably doesn't even know this, but he has us working all off season to get ready for this OTAs that first year in 2013. And all of a sudden, before the first couple practices, he walks into the staff room with the coaches and he says, all right, fellas, and he puts the playbook down and he goes, here's what we're going to do. These first 6 practices, we're going no huddle tempo every single play. We're like, what? We have the play scripted. And he's like, no, it's we're going no huddle. Every play is no huddle. And we didn't know it at the time.
Yeah, why?
That was his way of making them think mentally, try to break them down, condition them, but make them get tired and see how they respond to some frustration. Yeah. He was like a wizard, man. I'll never forget going back to that. And then, like you said, we went 9-0, 10-0, and ended up making the playoffs.
That's amazing.
Hell yeah, baby.
Speaking of first impressions, what was your first impressions of Travis Kelce? We talked about me. I want to know what you thought of Travis when you first got to know him.
No, man, I'm telling you what. So he gets in his first year, and like you see this guy, and you can just it's the same way with Pat. Like you know, watching the tape what he brings and what he did, and then you know he's got that quarterback background. But I always start with the person. Like you could just tell the competitor that he was. And just the fire that he had to be great from early on, from day one. And I'll never forget, like, just getting him into OTAs, getting him in practices. And then when things really took off, then when you got in there, and that, what was it? Was it Cincinnati game?
The second preseason game.
Second preseason game, because you had your injury there. The second preseason game, you ran an August special where you knotted the guy, called it up to seam, and went like 70 yards and outran a corner and a safety linebacker. And we all looked at each other on the sideline and we just said, did we just see that? And of course, Trav goes and he just dives into the end zone and does like a somersault into the end zone, just like sprawls. And we looked at each other like, this is going to be fun. And then every game, like you just keep seeing the growth of like, you know, what he was able to do. Like the one year we got New England into base defense a lot. So we would go 13 personnel and get them in base and put Kelce out there and let him run bubbles and RPOs. And like, okay, you want to go big? We're going to throw the ball. You want to go little? We'll run the ball and block. And so like playing that cat mouse game for all those years. But like just to see now, I mean, this man, he has routes that are named after him. I go and talk to these college coaches, and they're like, man, we're running the Kelce route. And I'm like, what the hell is the Kelce route?
That's what I want to know.
They start showing all these routes, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's this route here. But, man, he just put – and then we talk about, like, 7 different routes we have in the playbook, and Kelce puts his own spin on it. And it's just like it's rare. There's no one else like it. And him and Pat, what they've done – is just, and then you put the fire, the competitiveness, the loyalty, the trust, the love, the passion, like everything about that, you know, Jace, I mean, you guys are blood, man. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just, it's makes you such a good coach.
I love it.
Man, I'll tell you what. I'll ask you about Jason, but you already told us your first impression of him was him being a fucking psychopath. You knew exactly what you had in your back pocket.
Psycho, but you know, it was always with Jace. It was, you know, here's a guy that comes in, 6th round draft pick that comes in, but you could tell right away he had so much damn trust in his ability and who he was, and he was going to outwork everybody. He was going to be so coachable, and he was just going to fight you to the end, man. He was going to fight you literally. And that's what you both have. Like, you both have that. And it's like, that's a DNA thing. Not all kids have that. You guys have it. And to do what you've done, like for your parents raising you the way they have, like the bond and the kinship that y'all have. But watching you, I was, you know, I'm like Coach Reed on a lower level. I got to see both of you come in as rookies. I got to be with you guys, you know, throughout this journey. And I'm so lucky because like that, like you guys took it to the max. And not only that, but like, I'm real big on just being yourself in this journey, and you guys are yourselves. Like you show your emotions, You love each other, man. You're there for each other. I'll never forget after that Super Bowl when we won against you guys the first time. Like, I'll never forget that hug and that embrace and that look that you both had for each other. And like, it's powerful. And like, here it is to this day, what y'all are doing. It's just, I'm lucky to be able to know y'all. And I love you guys, man. You guys are special. So it's not to get all sappy on here, man, but I just got so much respect and a lot of love for y'all.
Come on, baby. You already know we're emotional sons of
you know
that.
No doubt.
Let's jump into it. This is one of our last segments, but one of our favorite segments. We got to ask, but you don't have to answer, Nags. You can tell us to fuck off. You can just tell us to kick rocks if you don't want to answer these.
All right.
Who is the toughest defensive player to game plan for in your career, in your coaching career? Who have you like watched on film and just like, man, I don't know how we're going to deal with this guy?
Yeah. In all the career, huh? I'm going to stay somewhat current, and I'm just going to give a ton of respect to Max Crosby, man. I mean, he's just, I mean, he's all over the place. I mean, Kelce, you know, there's times where they put him out and butched you like out by the sideline.
Man.
And that's okay.
Oh, wait, and you want to talk about a guy that'll fight you to the fucking end.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what that score is. Max is coming off the ball, and he's going to fucking punch you in the mouth, man.
Yeah,
I love competing against that dude, but you're right. He's unstoppable, man. He's one of the hardest to ever fucking game plan for.
Yeah, and I go back to the Philly days, and some of those rushes that we used to see from some of that Giants defensive line and the Cowboys with DeMarcus Ware back in the day. I mean, it was,
my gosh, yeah,
right. I mean, and the guys on the inside, there's so many, but just because I'm so current right now and losing my train of thought, that's probably Crosby's early on there.
There you go.
All right. Do you still keep the BU on the play sheet?
No, I don't. And no other reason, because I did that in Chicago and I haven't done that here, but I do use that every single day, man. I live by that thing.
Oh yeah. I hear it every day.
My oldest son, man, he told me that, and that's something that at the time a 15-year-old told me, and I'll never, I think that's powerful, man. Just be yourself. Don't try to be someone different.
And that's something that Andy has always appreciated. That's one of the things I've always loved about Andy everywhere he's been. He wants guys to be their personality show, wants them to like genuinely be themselves. So I think I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing of a team.
I love how Coach Reed says this, and then he has all these rules that you gotta like abide by, like tuck your shirt in. And
show your personalities within the confines of the team.
I finally figured out why he does all these things, and he has like kind of that understanding of the military and how everybody has to, present themselves the right way and have that discipline aspect of like being one unit. You know what I mean? There's reasonings to it.
You guys know he doesn't miss a thing either. Like, he sees everything in training camp and practice. Like, everybody, he sees periph on everything, no matter who you are.
Oh, man.
It could be
just when you don't think he's looking, man.
Yeah, and my first year, I was back doing the cards in the back end, and I had a hat on, and I had a pencil in my ear, and I heard this whistle and I'm a first year coach, and I hear this whistle, and I'm like, and I don't react, and I hear it again. I look, and he's looking at me, and he points to here, and he goes like this: "Get rid of the pencil." That was in 2010. Never again in my life was there ever a pencil in my hat. Never, and there never will be.
Wow.
So good, man.
You gave Bears new head coach Ben Johnson this advice: win and beat the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best coaching advice you've ever received?
The best coaching advice I've ever received was win and beat the Packers.
Who told you that one?
It was Coach Ditka.
Ditka,
baby. He told me that, and unfortunately we were 1-7 and against the Packers and Aaron Rodgers, and
that's a tough draw.
Yeah, that was tough. So that's I wasn't able to do that, so that's why I gave Ben that advice.
There you go. As an offensive coordinator, do you think the average person could get 1 yard in the NFL?
At like running the football, or
just back there.
However they got to do it. However they got to do it.
Outside zone, get them a nice little screen out there.
If I'm going to say no.
I love it.
You would have to get awfully lucky, dude.
Hey, listen, that's no criticism. If I was out there, I couldn't get a yard.
I used to think that, the offensive line could get the average person a yard. And Mitchell Schwartz actually gave the best rebuttal to this, because it was like, the offensive line blocks it. Like anybody can just run behind them. But Mitchell Schwartz said, you don't get it, man. They're going to be so slow to get to that hole. Like they're going to be so out of phase with you guys. And I'm like, you know what?
They're not going to know how to get to it.
This is a good point. I never thought about it like that. They're not going to know how to
set up their blocks.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like they either got to catch the toss or they got to figure out the open pocket for the handoff.
What was your welcome to the NFL moment, Coach?
For me, it was probably more my first year coaching in Philadelphia, and I was in charge of the scripts.
Oh, yeah.
Making sure the scripts in training camp are done the right way. And you guys remember Juan Castillo, obviously. And Juan went from the offensive side to the defensive coordinator. And the guy knew how to get into the system and figure out what the plays were for training camp with the offensive plays.
This has been alleged for a long time. I didn't know it was proven. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so me and Eugene Chung were in charge of the scripts. And one day, Coach Marty Morningweg called us into the office as the OC at the time. And he shut the door and he said, hey, man. And he just read us the riot act about not letting, how the heck are you going to let Juan get into the system and see our plays? This is BS. This doesn't happen. And I mean, I'm talking about he chewed our asses out. And we walked out of there and I'm like, I have one job to make sure that the defense doesn't get the script. So now, like, we have such a high-tech system right now, like you're not finding what plays we're doing. Like, Spags isn't finding training camp scripts anymore. Like, we got our quality control guys ready. But that was my welcome into the NFL. I was like, man, I got to get this right.
So good.
I will say this is always alleged though. Like every time the defense is kicking our tails, the coaches got the script. They got the script. Oh, you just know you're going to be in split double A against this exact play. Like it's like that's always right, fun in training camp.
No doubt.
Let me ask you this. It's not on here, but I'm just curious. So it feels like the NFL over the last couple of years, it always goes in waves. And the Chiefs were such a high-powered offense for a long time. Really, NFL offenses were high-powered. It felt like points were up. Recently, defenses have kind of felt like they've been getting the upper hand. What have you seen change, I guess, that you think is leading to defenses having a little bit more success? What are they doing differently?
Drop bait became a phase for a little while. I think that's gone away a little bit. I think that from the offensive perspective, for some teams, the running back position / plays aren't, I don't know that 100%, but I feel like sometimes right now, like those downfield chunk plays, and we've talked about it here internally, like the last couple of years of being able to try to get downfield. You see more shell. You see teams saying, listen, man, we're going to bend, but don't break. And we're going to make teams be great in the red zone. And I think when you look back at the coverage schemes from these defensive coordinators back in the day, 10 years ago, even just 15, 12, 10 years ago, it was much more single high. It was more predictable to understand what they were in. And now you're seeing all these crazy different fronts and adjustments and blitz and back end stuff that, you want to be able to try to take shots downfield. Sometimes they're not going to let you, but it's real. It's there. And I think that right now teams are okay with saying, you're not going to go downfield and then we're going to make you be great in the red zone and self-inflict with turnovers, penalties, etc. So it is the league's cyclical. I mean, it's always kind of changing and maybe the run game comes back for more and there's bigger runs there. And then it brings more guys in the box to take shots. But that's what I feel like.
Nice. All right.
Makes sense, baby.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
92% is one of my favorite coaches of all time, baby. Matt Nagy, thank you for joining us, brother.
I appreciate you, man. You guys are the best,
dog.
Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate the time, dog. Appreciate the stories.
Appreciate y'all, man. I'm just lucky. Appreciate y'all.
We'll see you in a few weeks at minicamp, Coach.
You got
Get
it,
back
man.
after this thing.
That wraps up another episode of New Heights, guys. Thanks to Matt Nagy for joining us on the show. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube to the New Heights channel and follow New Heights on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to new episodes of New Heights early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus on the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
Once again, New Heights, our Wonder Show, produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by Audible. Follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S for fun clips throughout the week. And thanks to our production and crew for always making us look great. And thank you to the 92%ers. We'll see you guys next week.